Is it going to be enough, though? Because de Gaulle is pushing pretty sodding hard. Motorized shortages, tank shortages, still critical. I think I'm going to get some more tank production going. Because we've been very heavily reliant on the offensive capabilities of our army units. I mean, we're across that river. It's not the last one. Sevilla is going to be the last one. But hopefully it's a help. I mean, the other thing we could do is upgrade our light tanks. 1939 is going to be the medium tank. This is the last light tank for a while. I think I probably do want to get the AMC 35s and then switch our light tank armies to mediums. How high is de Gaulle's attack now? Still 7. 58% of the way to the next level. He's also well on the way to getting Trickster, which is going to be good, because Trickster plus one of the terrain will give him the movement speed. Oh, he's starting to get Panzer Leader. Okay, that's good, because that's going to increase his armor attack abilities. It's because we're so low on motorized, the armor units are now being counted as armored. Oops. How are we doing for equipment? Okay, we have a lot of guns. So we can probably tone down the gun production a bit more. Do something like this. And more artillery, because we are investing heavily into our artillery. Yeah, these guys are starting to take some real damage down here now. That's good. Oh, and the Reds have finished their orders. I want this. Go. I mean, we're going to have a little bit of time because Poland will be able to hold for a bit. Can I lend-lease you stuff already? No. Britain's already guaranteeing them, so I don't need to. Which is good, because I don't have the political power for it. Yeah, more AT would also be good. We are producing it. I think it's probably time that we started adding it to our units. It's going to reduce our strength a little bit, but at least it gives us the anti-tank capabilities.
Attention.
Is this historical AI focus? This is, yes. Although I am hopefully gonna have a Republican Spain. Yeah, the number of kills that we've gotten has massively increased. This armoured offensive down here has been really, really effective. Way more than I expected.
Écoutez.
Why are you suddenly so convinced about success? I'm not.
Attention. Pareil.
That's the point. How's Leclerc doing? Ah, logistics wizard. Here we go. It is I, Leclerc. We could also get offensive doctrine, which gives us the organisation loss while moving reduction and also more attack. And thorough planner would give us more max planning. In fact, we can get both. No, we can't because we don't have the command power. Never mind. Why no battle doctrines in study? Because we have... Where is it? Wait. We don't have the Victors of the Great War penalty anymore. Why is that gone? That should have gone here. Because of the Civil War? Maybe?
Huzzah!
And yeah, 19 days we'll start researching some doctrines. And we'll be able to do the doctrines quickly because we have so much army experience. So, yeah, there's that. No, we're going to get more motorised after this. Because I really want to get field hospitals, because I feel like we're going to need them. So how's our intel work going? Alright, so we've started infiltrating the army. It's going to take 75 days. And we're getting quite a good intel here. Which means we'll be able to see their unit numbers and everything like that. Good. Nationalist Spain is going to be a really tough nut to crack because of their death before surrender. Which basically means I've got to take Barcelona. Well, Spain's now getting a lot more factories, but the division count difference is huge. And there it is. Poland refuses the German ultimatum. Considering the demands, it seemed inevitable. Poland would be forced to cede Danzig to Germany, and a Polish plenipotentiary would be sent to Berlin to negotiate further terms. Ignacy Mosiski pointed to the German Reich's recent actions when stating it was obvious Germany would not be satisfied with Danzig alone. German and Polish forces are prepared for war, and reports are already coming in of clashes on the border. Once again, there is to be war in Europe. Now Germany is doing around Maginot. Hilariously, I could refuse Britain's call. They refused my call in Spain, so why don't I just refuse their call here? And basically force Germany to declare war on me. Yeah, see? I can refuse. Nope, not doing it. This is buying us some more time. Because Poland can now not be fully capitulated. Because Britain's helping them. And if I can finish this war in Spain before Germany comes for me, because they'll do around Maginot, but they can't go straight for me. They're going to have to purposefully declare on me. Which I think is something they can... Yeah, war with France. So I've basically bought myself about 140 days.
Gardez vos rangs.
What do we think? Are we going to be able to go after you?
Écoutez.
Try probing attack. Good so far. Spain must have lost some defensive bonuses because they are fighting a lot worse than they were previously. Or else my units have suddenly just gotten better for some reason. Okay, here comes the artillery upgrade. Let's start doing some doctrines. This is definitely a great battle plan. We want this max planning. We're just going to go all out max planning. Just hit like a freaking sledgehammer whenever we press the go. Sevilla is about to fall. Oh yes, we can upgrade the artillery. Please do. They are now halfway to capitulation.
Continuez d'avancer.
Don't want you up there. Sevilla has fallen. Nationalist Spain's down to just 10 factories. The number of their divisions is falling rapidly too. How are we doing for planning preparation? We are almost out. So I think once we've taken this southern sector, we're going to pause it for a bit, get our planning prep up again, and then go again. We should have enough command power to do that once, with just the tanks. I don't think I'm going to bother with the purples. And yeah, we are actually pushing in the north. Freaking finally! Look at how weak that unit is. Ouch. Are they out of manpower? No. However, Republican Spain now has a hell of a lot more. Alright, so Germany. Yeah, we're getting a lot more information about you now. Are there any other operations we could do? We could try to infiltrate their civilian administration. Oh no, that requires 2 operatives. We only have 1 available because these 2 are already doing an operation. Alright, never mind. Carry on. Hopefully no penalty for the victors of the Spanish Civil War. We can encircle down in Gibraltar. Yeah, I have a feeling we want to. I don't want to do it manually because that costs planning preparation. So these guys are almost out as it is. Is there anything else that can be promoted? Oh, no, I want to save the planning power. Command power! Never mind.
Attention. Gardez vos rangs.
And in this case, I think I'm quite happy to do it manually. Because I want Barcelona. There's a guy there. Pretty badly injured guy. German pressure towards the Benelux. Following the breakout of war with France, except you're not at war with me, Germany has applied stronger diplomatic pressure than ever to the countries of the Benelux. With French and British backing, however, they are refusing to give in to the pressure. There is reason to believe that if the German Reich is unable to get what they want by diplomacy, they will take it by force. Oh no, Barcelona's holding. Of course it is. Slightly better. May actually get a cut off at Malaga. I was expecting it to be here. There it is, Barcelona fell. Hell yes.
Attention.
Republican victory in the Spanish Civil War. With extensive Soviet aid! French aid! With extensive French aid, the Second Republic has finally defeated their anarchist and nationalist enemies and secured full control over Spain. Though isolated pockets of nationalist troops continue to wage a guerrilla war, they may well hamper the exertion of local Republican control in the previously nationalist areas. It is unlikely further coordinated resistance of any significance will materialize. As the nation focuses on rebuilding its war-torn cities and industry, Soviet pressure on the nation is mounting, and it remains to be seen whether the democratic Spanish government can remain true to its democratic principles, or whether it will become simply an outpost of Moscow's influences in Western Europe. The Soviet influence in Spain is concerning. Blasted communists. Yeah, but at what cost? Okay, at least we have a more friendly government, but they are pretty Soviet, crikey. Alright, where are they going to go from here? This is really oppose the communists versus end fascism at all costs. Oh no, sorry, it's expand Soviet aid or strengthen the Soviet influence. I don't know which way they'll go. Whew, well, now I feel my way free to actually join this other scuffle with Germany. I'm sure that'll be over by Christmas, no problem. I mean, after all, we won this war. How could we possibly lose the next one? We can't, I tell you, we can't! Actually... Oh, yes, we took all of this back. Hunsinger, let's bring you down here. Or Friedenberg, rather. Do that. Oh, I know what I can do. You lot can merge in with them. And this is going to be the new Maginot Force. Yeah, that's better. Now I'm not entrusting Maginot to Hunsinger. And I'm going to say all of the low-level troops can go over there, and then you lot can go and hold on Belgium. Okay. Oh, man. Somehow. Listen very carefully. I shall say this only once. Good morning. Oh, you know what I could do? Oh, this would be really sneaky. I like it! So, you are gonna actually go and start doing some work in Spain. And the reason I say this is because there's a nice little button down here which is boost ideology. And if I can get them to flip more democratic, then I could probably guide them in the right direction. And also, now that I don't have Victors of the Great War, we are instead going to work on developing the colonies. Because I don't need to worry about this so much anymore. Our industrial heartland in Europe don't have the population and resources to sustain a large industrial expansion. If our economy is to be competitive with the rest of the world, we must utilize our colonies. And we can also upgrade our infantry equipment, please do. And we have a technology. October 39. I think at this point we're going to get the Field Hospital 2s. And I'm going to take a risk and implement them here. We're definitely short on the motorized, but the support equipment we can actually afford. The other thing we might be able to do is get artillery in our divisions. No, that's way too expensive. Okay. And this should help us conserve some manpower. Also, we are getting quite a lot of manpower now. That's good. Mordred could only win once the Italian and German support got pulled out. You're not wrong, that did help.
Attention.
Why are you guys not signed? Oh.
Écoutez.
Because I signed the wrong army, apparently.
Écoutez.
Take him a bit to get there, but that's fine.
Écoutez.
Okay, also, there are some things I should do. First of all, it is possible to give nicknames to your people. So I'm going to pull from the patron list, and we are going to nickname some of these guys. This is going to be Eagle Slayer. This is going to be Charles. And this is actually Charles already, is going to be Hungry Gamer. It's funny that there is already a Charles, I like it. And we are also going to rename our armies, because we have not done that yet. So this is going to be Banquet.
Gardez vos rangs.
This is going to be Kage.
Aux ordres.
This is going to be Requin.
Gardez vos rangs.
And the Alpine troops are going to be Callsign Slinky. Though Callsign Slinky would be a good one for an operative.
Gardez vos rangs.
Then the army group is going to be Wrecky Dog. Which would also be a good name for an agent. In fact, I'm going to change those around. So this is going to be Charles.
Gardez vos rangs.
And this is going to be Hungry Gamer. And the agents, this is going to be Wrecky Dog. And this is going to be Callsign Slinky. Better. Good stuff. Must army maybe. Naming those after patrons. We can do more subscriber stuff in the future. Yeah, I'm aware that I've not named anything after the patrons for a while, and I would still like the patrons to get the priority. Eagle Slayer is a pretty cool nickname for anyone involved in espionage against the Nazis. I mean, that's not wrong. It's also a pretty cool army name, though. Requin, thank you very much for the bits. General, eh? I have a plan. Let's walk towards the enemy slowly in a line. Sounds like a good plan to me. We will invest much planning preparation in this cunning of plans. And the Tough Puffin, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Oh, man. Okay. I'm going to make Germany work for the declaration on us. Or am I? Do we want to scramble and try and defend Belgium or not? Nah, what bad stuff could possibly come from the fall of Belgium? It'll be fine. We can also start training some new units, which I would like to do. Like I said, boots on the ground. I'm also going to train some regular old colonials. Something like that. We still have a lot of guns. It's everything else that we're short on. Too late to save Poland. Of course, the British are fighting the Italians in Libya. Okay. Popular Army. Which one's that? Oh, the volunteers return. With the end of the fighting in Spain, some of the people who went to fight for Manuel Azana have returned. Military intelligence wants to interview them to see if any of their experiences offer some insight into modern warfare, but many in the government worry that they may go on to radicalise other political groups. So let them return, we gain more democracy and army experience, or we can send them back and gain some stability. We are no longer in an offensive war, so our stability has completely recovered. And we also have a huge amount of war support now. So we're going to let them return. We're going to increase the strength of democracy. Because we are very, very democratic. We believe in the right for people to vote in any way that we tell them to. Are they a puppet, the Soviets? I mean, they can still split away. It's not necessarily a bad thing, because this basically means that as soon as Germany goes to war with the Soviets, Spain's guaranteed to join. So, Popular Army, what's that? Oh, it's down here. So I guess they are going down provide for the people path. But it does also mean that they could eventually subvert Soviet control. Possibly in the future. Oh, require secure democratic principles. They can only do that if they oppose the communists. We'll see if they do. Yeah, I don't know if my eradicating communism in Spain is going to help or not, but we'll see. We've already done the AT. It's already in the armies, that's why we have a shortage. And we are building some. Could probably do with building a bit more, so let's set up the next couple of military factories to do just that. We are still building militaries, although we could probably do with getting some in, say, Normandy. Oh no, hang on. We can get it in the 80%ers. Let's do this. Communists influence the foreign policy. Well, they're trying to. Lose stability gain. You know what? Changing popularity of communism isn't that bad a thing, because we still have the communist banned. We still have that daily communism support reduction. And I don't want to lose any more stability at this point. How do I distribute anti-tanks in the army as line of support in every division? I have them as support at the moment. We're just solid infantry blocks. And in fact, what we could do to make use of the fact we have a lot of manpower and we have a lot of infantry equipment, we can just add one extra unit and just go for these solid 20 combat width defensive monsters. I mean, all we are doing is defending. Let's do that. Now we have an infantry equipment shortage. But we're making loads, so it's fine. And yeah, garrisons are getting priority, but I'm okay with that. Like, we shouldn't be suffering that much resistance anymore. Poland has capitulated. Ignacy Mościcki has announced that the Polish nation can no longer withstand the pressure from the occupying German forces, committing travesties throughout the country. The Polish government has gone into exile. The main forces have capitulated and the German Reich is now in control of their home area. Though the war against the German Reich and the rest of the Axis continues, this is an unfortunate setback for all of the Allies. German forces advancing in Poland have succeeded in capturing Warsaw. Sporadic fighting continues in Praga and a few other districts, but organised resistance in the city seems to have ceased. The Polish government reportedly evacuated the city at the first German units entered the Warsaw suburbs. Their present location is unknown. Fighting against the German invaders continues in other parts of the country, but the loss of the capital is a serious blow for the Polish war effort. Poland did not stand a chance. Actually, let's just take a quick look at our resistance issues. Okay, resistance is actually going up. So we're gonna have to start curbing that. Send in the secret police. In fact, I think civilian oversight is no longer going to be enough. We're going to need to do local police force or even secret police everywhere. Because there is a bit of resistance everywhere. Once we've gotten rid of the resistance, then we can switch to the more pro-compliance in these more loyal regions. I think the other thing I want to do is increase my passive defences. We'll invest. Developing the colonies also increases compliance. That is true. Luxembourg's joined the Allies. Germany's declared war on Luxembourg. I currently have nobody defend. Well, I do, because you're on the Maginot. This is fine. And they've gone for the Reichsautobahn. They are not going around Maginot yet. Luxembourg's gone. There they go. German Reich declared war on Belgium, but not the Netherlands. So here's the question. Do we intervene now? Yeah, I know I'm not in the war. I think it's time for a new poll. Because we've basically already recovered from the Spanish Civil War. Our troops are now in place. So, vote, vote, vote. There is a vote. Check out the vote at the top of chat. If you're on mobile, make sure you're on the latest version of the Twitch app, and it should be a thing that appears now. So get your votes in. Vote, vote, vote. We banned communism, but we should be able to make common cause with them. Yeah, that's one thing which they could do with fixing. The fact that I banned communism and then allowed them into the government with us, like, that shouldn't have been possible. It should just block that event.